Okay.
All that DDC.
So everything else is a DDC? Oh. Let's see. Would you believe I halfway forgot the number?
Happy New Year, English Chairman.
Happy New Year, ma'am. How are you? Everybody's good?
Yes.
Okay, they're still working on some files, but I can tell you what we have in hand as far as files ready to go.
I'm ready.
Okay, we have Adante Jones, we have Lawrence Clark, Nelson Edwards, Travalis Jenkins, Richard Phelps, and one on the women's side, Aisha Drain, and they informed me that they're bringing 8 others that are coming, so as soon as we have others in hand, we can update you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we don't have any attorneys in here just yet, so these are the files that we have, so I'm just waiting for them to come in to let us know what they've done for interviews.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, ma'am.
Mark. Yes.
Oh, hi, Council. Happy New Year. Okay, we have some files here in hand, so I just wanted to find out what you had for interviews, and then we can have let us know what you have for matches. Okay, what do you have? Can you just speak up? Who do you have?
Sorry about that. We have 3 through 5.
So, Clark, Edwards, Jenkins. Is that it at this time? Okay, we don't have 7 or 10 just yet. We have other than the ones that you gave us, we have Jones, Phelps, and Drain. That's on the women's side. Okay, Officer Jones, we have the 3 following files ready to go. Let us know when you're ready.
Okay.
We have in hand Jenkins, Edwards, and Clark.
Gotcha. Jenkins, Edwards, and Clark. Yeah. Yeah, I wrote it down.
Magistrate Sherman,
And
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Jenkins, Clark, and Edwards. They got it. Yeah. Clark.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
On the back sheet, you have one.
Okay, counsel. Counsel.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see you at sidebar briefly?
No problem.
This one's in green. Mr. Sanford, if you could please, if you can get Judge King's courtroom on the phone, because I've got a file here that, anyway, we had a meeting the short version is we had a meeting, so I kind of want to look into something regarding one of these cases. It was a capias, so I wanted to see if we can catch Judge King and see what we can do about this case. Hi, your name, sir?
Nelson Edwards.
Okay. We're on the record, calling case number. Okay, sir, before we get to your folder case with the attorney present, we do have some traffic misdemeanors that we're going to arraign you on. These are where you missed a court date. So we're going to get you a new court date. And when you do attend this new court date, it's going to be by Zoom, which is the video teleconferencing technology that we're using today. You're going to receive instructions on how to dial in for your misdemeanor court date. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, calling case number P975-356, people say Michigan versus Nelson Edwards. So your charge of driver's license expired. You missed a court date on this ticket. It's going to be a personal bond, no dollar amount listed. You have a pretrial date set for February 1, 2021 at the 36th District Court in front of Judge Ford. With any criminal, before you got in front of the camera, sir, did you receive in your hands a white sheet of paper with your advice of rights on them?
Have I received some?
Did you receive an advice of rights form this morning, sir, before you got in front of the camera?
No, ma'am. No,
Okay,
Your
with any
Honor.
criminal, okay, we're gonna go over your rights, sir. With any criminal matter, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You also have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one on your own, the court will appoint one for you at public expense. Do you understand your rights, sir?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, at this time, the warrants are set aside and the bond is continued. Stand by. Okay, thank you. Hi, hello. Happy New Year, sir. Good morning. I am calling because, and I'll go off the record real quick. Because per the discussion that we had at the meeting last week about KPS bonds during COVID and the Supreme Court decision, what I have in my desk right now is a KPS that you issued on October 6th of 2020, and it's for a CCW case. He missed his exam, and I wanted to call and touch base with you because I know we hadn't, I know you were suggesting that you'd be available to do sort of like a mini hearing or have it sent to you, or under the circumstances, what would you want to do with this one, or do you want it sent to you? Yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. Thank you for the heads up. Oh, no, that's fine. And like I said, hopefully we'll be able to we'll have a resolution by tomorrow or something like that. But I just wanted to touch base. I didn't know how formal you wanted it to be as far as the review of, you're reviewing the bond. Oh, sure. No worries. Take it easy. Have a good one. All right, bye. Okay, we're back on the record. Okay, counsel, we're ready. Thank you. Calling case number 20056-791, people say Michigan versus Nelson Edwards. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Frank Bird on behalf of Nelson Edwards, my client waives his right to the formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, and stand guilty.
Go away the formal reading into a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's going to be a Zoom probable cause conference date. Strike that. Let the record reflect it's going to go straight to exam. There's a Zoom exam date, January 19, 2021 at 9 a.m. at the 36th District Court. And this will be in front of, I believe it's going to be Judge King. And as the bond, sir.
Your Honor, my client indicates to us that he's a 48-year-old lifelong resident in Detroit area, Your Honor. Young company, the electrician. He did graduate from the trade school, but he was actually certified to build electrician, Your Honor. He has 4 children, lives with his wife and 3 children, Your Honor. This is now assault validation. Understandably, I understand this case is, Your Honor, but respectfully ask for personal bond.
Okay, thank you. Did you see his bond? Any holds?
One hold, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel, court takes, just let the record reflect a review of the file shows that your client failed to appear for exam on October 6th of 2020. And at that time, Judge King set bond the amount of $10,000 cash surety. Let the record reflect that at this time, court is going to, has contacted Judge King's courtroom and is prepared to depart from that capious bond that was issued. Court at this time is going to set a $10,000 personal bond. However, in order to ensure that your client does appear for makes all of his court dates, excuse me, court is also going to make his personal bond contingent on Wayne County Sheriff's GPS tether. Anything further, counsel?
Not at all, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, so you can step away from the camera.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Okay, got those, got it. Hi, your name, sir?
Mr. Jenkins.
Okay, sir, before we get to your case with your attorney present, we do have some traffic misdemeanors that we have to cover. We're going to get you a new court date on those cases. And also when you do attend, it's going to be by Zoom, which is the video teleconferencing technology that we're using today. You're going to receive instructions on how to dial in for that court date. Do you understand? Okay, calling case number 48007, People State Michigan versus Travalis Detroit Jenkins. So you're charged with no operator's license on person. You missed a court date. It's going to be a personal bond, no dollar amount listed. Also calling case number 173757821. You're charged with no operator's license on person. Strike that, counts 1, 2, and 3. No operator's license on person, driving a registered or untitled vehicle, and no insurance misdemeanor. You missed a court date. It's going to be a personal bond, no dollar amount listed. All of these tickets are misdemeanors. The penalty that you could receive is 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. Do you understand the charges and penalty you could receive on these tickets? Go away the formal reading at your not guilty plea on your behalf. There is a Zoom pretrial date set for February 1, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36 District Court in front of Judge Sabri. With any criminal matter, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You also have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one on your own, the court will appoint one for you at public expense. Do you understand these rights?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And at this time, the warrant is set aside and the bonds continue. Mr. Sanford, quick question. I just realized that with these zero personal bonds for data entry purposes, even though there's like no dollar amount listed, because I know that it used to bounce and revert back to the original dollar amount of the bond. For data entry purposes, when I do this on the net, what do you need to see and hear for the data entry purposes? Where, like here?
You just put a 0 with a line.
0? Okay, stand by, sir. Okay, moving on next to case number 19061-541, People State Michigan versus Travalis Jenkins. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Brandon Bird, on behalf of Travis Jenkins, my client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional rights, and will stand mute.
Call away the formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date set for June 23. Stand by. Mr. Sanford, quick question. Is that, it's gonna be, is that right, or is that supposed to be January?
Only non-support?
Yes,
That's right.
so it's out in June. Interesting, okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, let the record reflect, there is a Zoom probable cause conference date June 23, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36 District Court, followed by a preliminary examination date, also by Zoom at a date to be determined in front of Judge Hathaway and counsel as to bond.
Mr. Bond, Your Honor, one time in the case was that he was a lifelong resident of Detroit, Your Honor. Just that prior and non-assault criminal convictions, those are approximately 15 to 20 years ago. Unfortunately, right now, he's unemployed and has no income. He's a high school graduate from a junior high school. So, in close ties to the community, he's not able to afford anything. Your Honor. He was financially helping, working, was active with his son. And I understand this is because of child support paid and normal circumstances. with 25% of the arrears. But since we're in the pandemic right now, Your Honor, and his court case isn't for at least 6 months from now, we expect to get this for first, Your Honor.
Thank you. Did you see his bond or any holds?
It has holds, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Council Court takes into account representations, including your client's significant ties to the community, including Mr. Jenkins availing himself, excuse me, of parenting time. And also, court does take into account the provisions currently facing the nation with regard to COVID, and this is not an assaultive matter. And normally, court would require 25% of the dollar amount the state alleged that he owes. In this case, just over $5,600. However, based on what you presented, and also the criteria the court utilized under Michigan court rules as to bond, this is not assaultive, and it's a felony non-support matter. Court will set bond in the amount of $5,600 personal bond. Is there anything further? Okay, you're all set, sir. You can step away from the camera.
No Clark. Your Honor, Clark is still being interviewed.
Okay, thank you. We can send a brief recess. We're still on the record.
Thanks.
He wasn't on the original list.
Exactly.
Right.
Tell me what she-
What is probably, if not that, probably to get cell phone. You want to be able to find out.
It's on another page.
I see. That's it.
He's saying what you're gonna be. No, it's just general interview here. And, you can do right there. Right there. So, that's on that part. If anything, all of them, verification, like, consent.
Go on vacation, come back, everything disarray.
Disarray.
Where's my black marker?
It's gotta be in the bag. You take the
No,
bag?
the fat one. I had just got it before.
Can you just clarify what you're talking about? Correct. Judge says, and almost checks it out. Whether or not the judge says.
He let me call him, but since, it was now Tuesday, they was calling me.
So that would still play to your question, what are the things?
And a real right here, right there.
I'm trying to get things on the.
Then had he post interview, we could be running like that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Good catch.
Hey man, you want video raining, man? Hey. You want video raining?
You want to talk, bro?
That's what that Dorsey
You want to talk?
You want video raining?
Hey, hey, you know, he said that's what that Dorsey is doing. Don't you keep yourself.
Hey,
Here.
you sound like, how does that look? Yeah, they can't hear you. Come on, this way, bro.
No, do you have it? Do they know?
Get back with him.
Danny.
This way, dog.
Oh, right there. Green. Green, open the same.
Green. No, that work on me. Yeah, you can get a minute. You need an interpreter.
You have to say you cannot hear me.
Oh,
Yeah.
somebody's
So
trying
if
to.
your phone feels somewhere, let them know.
Somebody keep trying to sign in.
Magistrate Sherman,
Yes, sir.
do you have counsel in front of you?
Yes, he's here.
Can you let them know that David Banks is hearing impaired, ma'am, and he may need a sign language or some type of interpreter?
Yeah, there was one where we actually did, the trooper let us know, and I included that on the outgoing information to the criminal division. So thank you very much. It looks like he's come up. Stand by, Mr. Sanford. Okay, our Mr. Sanford, our clerk, says that they did receive that in the criminal division, so it's in the works. So as soon as we have an update with regard to the availability of the interpreter, they'll probably end up zooming in, so we'll figure it out and we'll update you as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Is Clark finished?
Thank you, sir.
Send him in. Right.
They may be going at 2:30 because
Oh.
the interpreter might not be available until.
Okay, Officer Green?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Okay, Officer Jones, if you would please, if you could let Mr. Officer Green know as an update to what he and I were just, as what we were just discussing. Mr. Sanford, our clerk, says that the likelihood is high he's going to go at 2:30 because they don't know if the availability, what's the availability of the sign language interpreter or how soon they can get that person on board. So as soon as the person's on board, we'll try to get you an update as soon as possible, okay? So it looks like it's probably going to be 2:30.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Sanford.
He's still being interviewed? What is he talking about?
Just notifying you guys that they sent over to the other side, just all three bills. One was the CR134, FYI, just making people aware. Like, I let feed people, all three bills. Man, hold on. That's why I don't want
Still recording. Court stands in brief recess.
Why did you go and get these guys? You got more. You already know that. Yo, great. It's not my talk to a judge.
Hold on 1 second.
She took a brief.
Yep. You don't have a seat. Just step off the bench, step back on, you first up.
Oh, tell him, come on. Step.
White line, car seat, first and last
Pull that
name.
mask over your nose, please. and thank you.
Hi, your name, sir?
Lawrence Clark.
Okay, sir, your counsel is about to join us. In the meantime, we do have some traffic misdemeanors that we're going to arraign you on. These are where you missed your last court date. So we're going to get you a new court date, and when you do attend, it's going to be by Zoom conference, which is the video teleconferencing technology that we're using today. You're going to receive instructions on how to dial in for your next court date. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, calling case number P987985, People State of Michigan versus Lawrence Coleman Clark. So you're charged with misdemeanor count 1, driving while unlicensed. You missed a court date on this ticket. The bond was set, as to this case, is going to be a personal bond, no dollar amount. This ticket is a misdemeanor. The penalty that you could receive is 93 days in jail and or a $500 fine. Do you understand the charge that was read and the penalty that you could receive on this ticket?
Yes.
Okay, there's going to be a pretrial date February 2nd, 2021 at 9 a.m. to 36th District Court in front of Judge Kenneth Johnson. With any criminal matter, sir, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or lay on writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You also have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford one on your own, the court will appoint one for you at public expense. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, the warrants are set aside and bonds continued. Moving on to case number 2006-1015, People State of Michigan versus Lawrence Clark. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Yes, Brandon Bird on behalf of Lawrence Clark. One of the ways is right in the form of reading. Understand the constitutional rights to stand.
Call away the formal reading into a night guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date set for February 1, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court, followed by a preliminary examination date to be determined, also by Zoom at the 36th District Court, and will be in front of Judge Giles and as the bond.
That's fine, Your Honor. My client is a 20-year-old lifelong resident in Detroit County. Young man, no prior criminal conviction. The work auto code assembly and as a high-low driver and each move storage and furniture. Your Honor, you understand that he have no contact with the planning board. He has a 2-year-old child and expecting and has one on the way. He is with a mother and step sister and brother, Your Honor. And I understand this is a soft allegation, Your Honor, who respectfully at this court for personal violence.
Okay, thank you. And do you see a bond or any holds?
No other holds, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Counsel, court takes into account your representations, including your client's significant long-term ties to the community and gainful employment twice over, and that he does have stable ties to the community. Further, the court does take into account that while this is an allegation of an assaultive nature, this does include, however, this is from an alleged matter from August of this year, of 2020. Given the criteria the court utilizes under Supreme Court rules, including that of the current pandemic facing the country, court on this case is going to set bond in the amount of $3,000 personal bond. Also, while this case is pending, no contact with the complaining witness, Tayshawn Jones. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages to him through third parties. The no contact code also extends to his place of residence and place of employment, and no social media contacts directly or indirectly. Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, you're all set, sir. You can step away from the camera.
Come on, Mr.
You still have more
I'm gonna tell you in a second. Stand right there, brother.
Okay, DDC, we have some additional files here. Stand by. Sorry. Good morning, Happy New Year. Okay, that's all final.
So you haven't.
Okay, okay, counsel, stand by. I'm sorry, counsel, do you have any updates? Because we do have more files now. So what are some of the others that you have now?
Yeah, 7, 8, 10.
Okay, hang on. So you said 7, 8,
What you got?
10.
No, I just went down to get random.
No.
You said 7, 8, and 10, and that's it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, okay, counsel advises us that they have 7, 8, and 10. Do you copy?
Copy.
Thank you, ma'am. And actually, counsel, there was a 3 defendant case that we had. Okay. 1 and 2. So we have Lamar Bryant and Deontay Randall. Do you have Randall?
You don't have Randall.
Okay. DDC, be advised, the case with Bryant, Randall, and Almore, it's a 3 defendant case. Defendants 1 and 2 are in custody with you, but counsel advises us that they are not ready to go on Randall just yet, so we're going to kind of tuck that in the back.
Okay.
Okay, your name, sir?
Donovan Saunders.
Okay, we're on the record. Thank you. Calling case number 210-55041. Sorry, that 210-55041. People in Michigan versus Donovan Fenton Saunders. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brother Bird on behalf of Donovan Saunders, I'm trying to waive the right to formal reading. I understand this constitutional right to stand here.
Call away the formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date set for January 11, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom preliminary examination date January 19, 2021 at 9 o'clock at the 36th District Court, and this will be in front of Judge Archer and Esteban.
Right, Your Honor. I'm trying to take you to say been in Michigan for the past 7 years now. He also indicates that he has no prior criminal conviction. He's in pain, Your Honor. Unfortunately, just after bronchitis. So he is alone, has a child on the way. And especially young, I understand you got assault allegations, but he should ask the court for a high personal crime or reasonable court.
Okay, thank you. DDC's bond or any holds?
No other holds, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel, be advised, the court does take into account representations, including your client's significant ties to the community as well as family ties, but also, counsel, so that you're aware, the court does want to make a record before setting the bond. One is that this does include an allegation of home invasion first degree, aggravated stalking, as well as a count of domestic violence. Further, let the record reflect, and counsel, you're not aware of this, but the court wants to inform you that part of what goes into this court's consideration is not only the nature of the charges and the content contents of what the court reviews in the file, but also based on information presented to this court at the time of the probable cause hearings, that the officer who presented the probable cause indicated that your client is currently out on bond for another domestic violence case involving the same complainant that was arraigned out of the 34th District Court recently. So he's currently out on bond. Further, this court was informed that there is an active and valid personal protection order involving the same two parties, and now this case. So the court's concern is that despite a personal protection order, a civil personal protection order, your client violated that. The allegation inherent in that is that he violated the basis of these charges is inherent in that he's violated the personal protection order. Further, that while your client was out on bond on another case involving the same complaining witness, this case allegedly occurred. So this court has concern that your client is not complying with any no contact order at any capacity from any agency, from any judge.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I talk?
Counsel?
I ain't good.
This is Brandon Bird, your attorney speaking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. But can I talk?
Please do not go into the facts of the case while you over this video. Everything's being recorded and it continues to be damaging to you. And I want you to be able to provide the best defense possible for yourself. And the best way you can do that right now is to remain silent. You exercise your right to remain silent.
Yes, sir.
Counsel, is there anything further? And again, the court is providing you with that additional information so that you understand, so again, if you wish to address bond or any conditions of bond, you're welcome to do that. But this court wanted to ensure that you were clear as to the information that was available to this court as it relates to establishing bond and conditions of bond as in this case. Is there anything that you wish to address, counsel?
I just wish to address that he is asthmatic bronchitis, and we are in COVID-19 epidemic, and it is dangerous for him to be inside of jail at the moment, John.
Well, counsel, this court also has a concern about the safety to the complaining witness, because despite what the court has indicated on the record, and despite your client receiving clear directions from at least two different agencies, two different courts, two different jurisdictions to have no contact with the complainant, your client continues to do that. So this court has a concern about safety to the client, to the complaining witness.
Is there any way that requiring my client wear a tether help address the court's concerns?
Well, you may want to inquire, is your client currently on tether for anything else at this time?
Mr. Saunders.
No, sir. I've never been on terror. I've never been in trouble. None of that. I don't even know why I'm like, this is crazy. They asked me to come there. I get in trouble. I drop her off at her house. That's it.
Well, counsel, be advised, and your client needs to understand, even if it requires you to take an opportunity to speak privately with your client, an active personal protection order is an active personal protection order. It does not matter what when a court says no contact with a particular person, that's what it means. Further, if it is the case that there is an outstanding criminal matter, and the presumption is that that court indicated no contact with that individual, that means no contact with that individual. It does not matter if he received a dozen roses and an invitation from the complainant. No contact, when a court orders no contact, it means no contact, and your client is not getting that. Now your client is facing aggravated stalking, home invasion, and domestic violence charges, as to this case. Also, based on information presented to this court, your client is currently out on bond on another outstanding domestic violence case involving the same complainant.
The same person can burn me out.
Respectfully, we have this court for a reasonable temperature advice.
This court has indicated its concerns on the record, so the court is not going to reiterate it. But given what the court has indicated on the record and its reasons, This court having a serious concern about the safety to the complaining witness.
Orderly. What am I gonna do?
Huh?
There is something down here that we need to go get.
For the reasons indicated on the record at this time,
4 minutes, but how, he said, shut back down. I know that's-
court is setting bond in the amount of $5,000, 10%. And again, counsel, please be advised and let the record reflect that this court, given what the court has indicated on the record and this court's concerns about the layers of warnings from at least 2 different jurisdictions that have for your client to have no contact with the complainant, this court is departing drastically below what it would set under normal circumstances. But your client needs to understand no contact means no contact. Period. There's nothing else that this court can do.
You understand, Mr. Stein?
Yes, sir.
Further, before your client is released, he's going to be subject to Wayne County Sheriff's GPS tether. And further, he is to have no contact. Sir, are you understanding? No contact with the complaining witness, Linda Harris. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Can you tell Linda Harris not
Do
to
you,
call my
sir?
phone?
Sir,
I do. Yes, ma'am.
you understand? No contact with the complaining witness, Linda Harris. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages to her through third parties. The no contact order also extends to her place of residence, place of employment, and no social media contacts directly or indirectly. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Because here's the thing, sir, if there's ever a time that this court sees you again, and it turns out that you've been in contact with this person while this case is pending, you and I both know that we have had this conversation, which includes no contact with that complaining witness. So there is no way for you to show up on camera and suggest that you have no idea of what's going on. Do you understand? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Because unless or until a judge tells you otherwise, no contact with the complaining witness, Linda Harris. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you confused at all about what that means? Yes or no?
No. No, ma'am. I didn't even get to talk to no detective.
Thank you. Oh, that's for it. No, we don't have a second. All Jenkins, that was 13. Isn't that the one you just took out that little guy?
No, that was back.
Who else you need, Albert?
Counsel, is there anything further?
That is all I got.
You're all set, sir. You can step away from the camera, sir.
I don't know where Jenkins is at. Check.
Hi, your name, sir? Thank you. Calling case number 2105504, People say Michigan versus Jamal Lamar Honeycutt, counsel.
Yes, Brandenburg only has Jamal Hancock. My client waived his right to formally understand his constitutional rights and stand you.
Forward, formal reading, attorney not guilty of on your client's behalf is a Zoom probable cause conference date set for February 1, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom preliminary examination date to be determined at the 36th District Court, and this will be in front of Judge Jones and Esteban.
My client indicates to us that he is 17-year-old, lifelong resident of Frederick. He also indicates that they have no prior criminal conviction. He's in high school currently right now, now on probation for it's a non-assault allegation, and we respect that for personal bond.
Thank you. Do you see his bond or any holds?
No, John.
Thank you. Council Court takes into account representations, including the absence of any holds or outstanding matters. It appears that this might be a first contact of its kind with regard to your client. And also that your client does have significant long-term ties to the community. Given those elements and the pandemic facing the country at this time, court will set bond in the amount of $2,000 personal bond. Is there anything further?
That's it all, yeah, thanks.
Okay, you're all set, sir. You can step away from the camera.
Yeah. Yes, sir. You ready, Dante? Yes, sir. Step with that white line, see your first and last name?
Hi, your name, sir?
All right, you, Dante Jones.
Okay, Mr. Jones, for your safety, sir, please keep that mask over your nose and mouth at all times. That's for your safety while you're there, sir. Counsel, you ready on Dante Jones?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, stand by. Okay, calling case number 110590831 for the state of Michigan versus Adante Jones, counsel.
Yes, now, the friendly bird over here, Anthony Jones, my client, who waives his right to form. Understand his constitutional rights. And
Call away the formal reading into not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom review date scheduled January 25, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court in front of Judge Bryant. And as to bond,
at the time, yeah, my client case is lifelong resident in Detroit now. Unfortunately, he's unemployed right now, so it's hopefully, he was the truck driver. He is a high school graduate, that's like, according to the defense, he's not on probation or parole right now, and he deals with his girlfriend and daughter. Respectfully, I understand this case, but I understand this case, I would like to take consideration that it is a misdemeanor. Respectfully, if you have the authority to change the bond, respect me for
thank you. Did you see his bond any holds?
No holds, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel Court takes into account representations, including your client's significant ties to the community, and that for the pandemic notwithstanding, your client was gainfully employed. Of course, also takes into account that this, and also review of the file shows that your client failed to appear for a violation of probation matter back on November 30, 2012, and Judge Giles at the time said bonding amount $10,000 cash surety. And this case is now before Judge Bryant. Judge Bryant has given this court authority to make changes to bonds. So here's what the court is going to do. The court also, however, even with the considerations that the court has placed on the record, and the fact that there's a pandemic, your client failed to show. And even though it's a misdemeanor, this is back in 2012. And had your client actually appeared, this case could have been in his rearview mirror by now.
Correct, yeah.
But he's failed to appear, and it remains open and pending. So here's what the court is going to do. The court is going to set bonding amount $10,000 personal bond. Your client is going to be subject to Wayne County Sheriff's GPS tether.
Yeah, what was the point?
Is there anything, and also because the case remains open and pending and the type of case that this was, still no contact with the complaining witness, Devin McKissick. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages to him through third parties, and no contact order also extends to his place of residence and place of employment. Is there anything further?
Not at all, yeah, right.
Okay, you're all set, so you can step away from the camera.
If you do that, you know, personally. Which thing?
Bobby on the first one.
You go ahead and go down there and go.
No, how to think. Uncle Mark, right?
He's on.
Dr. Ken, Lamar.
All right. All right.
Hi, your name, sir?
Lamar Bryant.
Okay. Okay. All right, we'll get started with Mr. Bryant, even though there is a co-defendant, Deontay Randall, calling case number 2105504, two people named Michigan versus defendant number 1, Lamar Bernard Bryant, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Brian Byrd, on behalf of Mark Bryant, my client, waived his right to formal reading, understand his constitutional rights and stand here.
Call waive the formal reading, enter not guilty plea on your client's behalf. As to Mr. Lamar Bryant, there's going to be a Zoom probable cause conference date set for January 11, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom preliminary examination date at a date to be determined at the 36th District Court. And as to bond,
Bond, Your Honor, my client is case to the state, 25-year-old.
I'm sorry, counsel, strike that. I'm sorry, stand by, counsel.
You go get him. And then you can go.
Stand by.
Just curious. I mean, I didn't know we do interviews. My man, get out of the bathroom. Go for it. Sign A.
All right, counsel, okay, stand by. With regard to dates, okay, let the record reflect there's going to be a Zoom probable cause conference date February 1, 2021 at 8:30 of the 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom clearing examination date to be determined at the 36th District Court. In front of Judge Giles and as bond.
Bond, Your Honor, my client is case to the state, he is 25-year-old, lifelong resident. 25 years of life, he case to the state, he has no prior criminal conviction. He is employed at Central Illinois, high school graduate, our probation, world, lives with his mother currently. And especially, I understand that assault allegation, what is a assault allegation, respectfully ask for personal.
Thank you. DDC is bond. Are there any holds?
No holds, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Stand by, please. All right, counsel, court takes into account your representations, including your client's ties to the P&G court. Also notes that the complaining witness, your client, do not share addresses in the same neighborhood or in the same vicinity. So the court does appreciate that supports what's going to be a no contact order while this case is pending. At this time, also given that this court is remaining mindful of the pandemic facing the country at this time, court is going to set bond in the amount of $5,000 personal bond. While this case is pending, no contact with complaining witness Demetrius Dace. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages to him to third parties, and no contact order also extends to the place of residence and place of employment, and no social media contacts directly or indirectly. Is there anything further, counsel?
Not at all, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're all set, so you can step away from the camera. Sorry. DDC, court is informed that the co-defendant has been interviewed. If you can get Mr. Randall is available, we can get him arraigned also.
Okay. Go up to him, step on the white bar, say your first and last. Go after him, but.
Your name, sir?
Hey, I'm Deontay Randall.
Okay, calling case number 210-55042. People say Michigan versus defendant number 2, Deontay Randall. Counsel, your appearance, please.
Yes, Your Honor, Brandon Bird on behalf of Deontay Randall. My client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional rights to stand guilty.
Call away the formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date, February 1, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom preliminary examination date to be determined, also at the 36th District Court, and it will be in front of Judge Giles and as to bond.
Fine, Your Honor, my client indicates to us that he's 27-year-old lifelong resident of Detroit, Your Honor. He also indicates that he has no prior criminal convictions. Unfortunately, he's unemployed right now, so this is a monetary bond. And he is a mother here in Detroit. Respect, Your Honor, I understand there are some false allegations with these charges, so respect the
Thank you. And did he seize the bond? Are there any holds?
Hold, Your Honor.
Thank you. Counsel, court takes into account representations, including your client's family ties to the community and stable residence. And also, court is balancing that with the nature of the charges, but also and the seriousness of the allegations, as well as the pandemic facing the nation at this time. Given those elements, court will set a bond in the amount of $5,000 personal bond while this case is pending. Absolutely no contact with the complaining witness, Demetrius Dace. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages to him to third parties. No contact order also extends to the place of residence and place of employment, and no social media contacts directly or indirectly. Is there anything further?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Okay, you're all set, so you can step away from the camera.
No, sir.
What's up with the white line? Say your first and last name.
Hi, your name, sir? Hi, your name, sir? I'm sorry, one more time, sir? Okay, thank you. Calling case number 1906154, people say Michigan versus Richard Hugh Phelps. Counsel.
Yes, Your Honor, Brandon Bird on behalf of Richard Phillips. My client waives his right to formal reading, understands his constitutional rights to stand guilty.
Call away the formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date. It's February 1, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom preliminary examination date to be determined, also at the 36th District Court, and it will be in front of Judge King and as to bond.
Well, Your Honor, my client indicates to us that he is a 44-year-old lifelong resident in Detroit, Your Honor. He also indicates to us that he has no soft prior criminal convictions. Employed with the firm, lived at some time. He also indicates that the confirmation of love. Currently, it is difficult for my client to pay a monetary bond, Your Honor, but he's done not assault with allegations. He lives with his wife and kids. I understand it's changes, but especially now, the ability to change other person's property.
Thank you. Did you seize the bond? Are there any holds?
I don't have his file, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Counsel, court takes into account representations, including that this is a non-assaultive matter. Further, that your client does have significant family and residential ties to the community. Court also takes into account that there is a pandemic facing the nation. However, review of the file, counsel, unless the record reflect that review of the file is that on December 11 of 2019, your client failed to appear for a probable cause conference, at which time a KPS was issued and Judge Bryan set bond the amount of $3,000 cash surety. Now, again, this court is taking into account the pandemic facing the nation. This is a non-assaultive matter. However, for whatever reason, even prior to the pandemic, your client failed to appear. Does he have any way to account for his failure to appear?
Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips. This is your attorney, Brandon Burr, speaking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You understand that you missed the court date, correct?
I don't remember the court date. Yeah.
I apologize. I didn't hear you.
Talk so they can hear you.
I can't hear you. I couldn't hear you.
Why did you miss your court date?
I don't remember having the court date.
Well, you understand that you're gonna have to remember now, correct?
Yeah, I'll
If you don't show up again, then you won't be able to get out.
Right.
I'm pretty sure you have a pretty high ground where you won't be able to get out of jail.
Right.
Now, you're gonna get a piece of paper, and the judge is gonna remind you in the court date before we end this interview, and before you leave out Detroit Detention Center, you're gonna get a piece of paper on how to join in the Zoom conference to your next court date. Now, you have to show up to that court date. You have to remember, whatever you have to do to remember, stick to your refrigerator, or put it in your wallet, however you gotta remember it. You're gonna have to show up to that court date. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand. I'll be at the court date.
Thank you, counsel. All right, counsel, here's what the court is going to do. The court has a concern. Again, the court takes into account that at the present time, there is an additional element that this court takes into consideration on the court rules, which includes safety to your client as it relates to the pandemic. But at the same time, your client needs to show up, because arguably had your client appeared at his very first court date back in 2019, this case could have been in his rearview mirror by now. But now he's in custody.
Correct, Your Honor. And I believe my client was suffering from the use of narcotics. I'm not trying to make that as an excuse, but he does understand that he has to be there the next court date. I'm pretty sure, confident that my client will show up to that next court date.
Thank you, counsel. Here's what the court is going to do. Given that your client has already demonstrated a history of failing to appear for his court dates, even on a non-assaultive matter, and the court is prepared to do a personal bond, but he needs a reminder that he needs to show up to court. So in addition to the paperwork he's going to receive in hand about how to dial in for his next court date, which includes the name of the judge, the date, time, and how to dial in, your client, court is going to set bond amount of $3,000 personal bond. Your client is going to be subject to Wayne County Sheriff's GPS tether. Is there anything further?
No, no, thank you.
You're all set, sir. You can step away from the camera. Counsel, do you have a ready Antonio Howard?
We don't, you know what I mean? I can go check.
Okay, that's fine. Otherwise, I think that's the last file that we have on the men's side.
Banks is doing at 2:30, correct?
Yes, sir, because that individual needs an interpreter, sign language interpreter. So if anything, presumably you're also going to need access to the person as well. So it's probably going to roll over to 2:30. So just be prepared for that, and maybe touch base with the criminal division to find out the availability of the interpreter, because you guys are going to need to use them also. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry?
He finished that meeting interpreter for the afternoon.
Okay, so Banks, and what's the other one? Was it on this list?
The sign language for both people.
Oh, really? Who was the other one?
I can't remember the name. That's why they moved Banks to the afternoon, because so she can do both at the same time.
Okay, perfect. No, thank you for the heads up. I just knew that there was one. I didn't realize that. Wow, what a likelihood. I don't think we've ever had two in one day like that.
Yeah.
Ever. Okay, council, be aware, Madam Clerk just informed us that in addition to Banks, it turns out that actually apparently there are two people who are going to need sign language interpreters. So I think they're going to make that interpreter available for both people so that your office can interview both while the interpreter is available. Yeah, I wasn't aware of that, so I just knew about the one.
Antonio Howard, I guess these complications getting into the screen right at this moment.
Complications?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm not sure. They have a difficulty getting them on the screen. That's what
He tries to escape.
right now. I don't know if you, I don't really know the scenario.
Okay, no, and the court appreciates that. In which case, let me ask you this, is your office ready to go? We have 3 on the women's side. Are they ready to go?
We're interviewing now. But I believe only camera 1 works on the women's side, camera 2 works, and we flip over to camera 2. Interview.
Okay. So is there anything that we need to do from here or just let your office do the interview?
If you can just give us 1 moment to handle everything.
That's fine. DDC, be advised, council is indicating that they're finishing or they're still doing interviews over on the women's side. And he also gave us an update that they're making an attempt to interview Mr. Howard. So at this time, given that we don't have any files that are ready to go, court stands in brief recess. Stand by.
Okay, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Mr. Howard's refusing to come out of his room and everything. So I don't know how we're gonna do this
Check
one.
them
I
out.
see. All right, stand by. Well,
Hey, can you give me a call at 368-8198?
368-8198, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, stand by. Court stands in brief recess. We're still on record.
Send them over to Fine Margin. You wanna do something?
So you have to show me.
So I'll leave it to you then. So one thing was, that person can actually. They started booking them at 12. Yep.
Oh, where'd he go? Okay. The attorney. Yeah, just so I can catch him real quick, because we're actually going to go to the women's side. Just tell him at bottom line, we're going to go to the women's side, then I can speak to him shortly, because in that way we can kind of keep the docket moving. Okay, thank you. Okay, we're gonna go to the women's side. Okay, counsel, we're gonna go over to the women's side. Do you have interviews right?
We have two more women we have to interview.
Okay, and that was where you said they only have one camera anyway, so you'd have to be doing the interviews, is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine, we'll just wait. All right, thank you, sir. If I can see you briefly at sidebar.
What's been going on, man? Played any more games recently? You don't mind playing? I don't mind. Your record is like. He laughed. You look good. What's up with the features? I ain't played that so long. They have on PS5 yet? Like the version only for PS5 I like to see. Look, it's way better. Or what? Yeah, so I gotta check that out. Get it yet? PS5? All there? That's good. That's good. I didn't know that. That's good.
Emergency phone? Some type of app. What the fuck?
Hey, Lori. We're ready on the female number.
They're ready. Oh, still go.
No, I'm not going.
Good morning, ma'am. Happy New Year.
All the interviews and the one male that they had a situation with is being put on the screen.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you so that we'll be able to kind of keep it moving. Okay, we are on the women's side.
Thank you.
Sorry? No. DDC, we're ready when you are. Can you hear us? Stacy, is anybody there?
I think this lady down here on the TV screen talking to y'all.
I'm sorry, ma'am?
I'm sorry, Judge. Did you need somebody?
Yes, ma'am. This is Magistrate Sherman. We're on camera and we're ready to go for Davis, Drain, and Driscoll.
One second.
Hello.
Hi, counsel. Are you checking in on the case?
I'm trying. My client's name is Castriot Kappa, Kastriotqafa. He was not on the docket for this morning. We're hoping he is for this.
Is this okay? Is your person on the men and women's side? Because we've done everything except for one file on the men's side.
Men.
Okay, be aware, counsel. No one. What's the last name again?
QAFA.
That person is not on the list for today. So if anything, it's probably better to check in the criminal division because they'll know before we will in here about what's going to be on the list for the day.
So
your person's not on the list this morning. Sorry?
He was arrested. I think on Saturday. So.
Okay, well, be advised, counsel, at this time, your client is not on our list for this session. We're pretty much on the tail end of this session.
Okay, is there someone that I can call over there to find out? So.
Stand by. Mr. Sanford, do we have a number for criminal back there for him?
313-965-4339.
565.
Do you copy that?
965.
965 4339. Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Okay, hi, Officer Green, thank you very much for your patience. We have counsel here. Do we have our three on the women's side ready?
They said that you were ready for Mr. Howard.
Well, here's the thing. We were under the I had a conversation with Officer Prey, and he suggested we go over to the women's side while they're doing the interview for Mr. Howard, and then we would come back to Mr. Howard. So let me ask you this. So here's the question. Let me ask you this. Are they ready on the men's side and you need time on the women's side to gather them? Because I dialed into the women's side believing that we were going straight to the women's side and then go back to the men's side.
They're interviewing Mr. Howard now. Phil is.
Okay.
I have the females around the corner. So how would you like to proceed, ma'am?
Well, let me ask you this, sir. Since you have them queued up and ready to go, we can take care of these on the women's side, and then that'll give them time on the men's side, and then that way we're not rushing them. So we're ready on the women's side when you are, sir.
Understood. I'll be right back, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Hey.
Push ends will be recessed.
Magistrate Sherman,
Yes, sir.
can you call the mail side, please, to say they're ready with Howard?
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're gonna close out with you. We'll see you on the other side shortly. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Greg.
What's up, Bill?
All right, that's all right. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you about it later. That's okay when we get on.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, all right, counsel, stand by. We're about to go over to the men's side.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you doing him?
Yeah.
Okay, we're in.
TV, let's go.
Okay, DDC, thank you. We have counsel ready. Counsel Reagan, are you representing Mr. Howard?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. We're on the record calling case number 210-55041, People Say Michigan versus Tony O'Brien, Anthony Howard. Counsel, your appearance for the record, please.
Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor. May it please this honorable court, Reagan P57156 on behalf of Tony O'Brien, Anthony Howard, judge who stands before you. We waive the formal reading, stand mute, ask the court to enter not guilty plea on his behalf. He has been advised of his rights, Judge.
Thank you. Court waive the formal reading, enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. Counsel, if you would, please, can we jump ahead to your bond argument?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Thank you. Absolutely, Your Honor. My client's 29 years old, Judge, lifelong resident of the city, has strong family ties to the city. His mom, dad, parents live in the city. He cuts grass, does odd jobs to make ends meet. Your Honor, this charge, attempted home invasion first, is a 5-year felony, a maximum 5-year felony. So, Judge, I'm asking the court to consider personal bond for Mr. Howard. We're in the middle of a pandemic right now, Judge. He understands he's not going to have any contact with John Navin over on Nicolette Place. We talked about that. He understands he's not to go back there. Based on the maximum penalty, Judge, on this, it's only a 5-year felony. Based on the pandemic we're facing in society, I want to make sure that he's healthy, he stays out of the jail, and he understands he's to come back to court. I got phone numbers and addresses for Mr. Howard, so I know how to reach Mr. Howard. I'd ask for a personal bond, Judge.
Okay, thank you. And counsel, your client does have stable residency, is that correct?
Judge, he gave me a address in the city of Detroit. That is correct, and a phone number. And I have his mother and father's number.
Thank you. And how long has your client been at that address?
Mr. Howard, how long have you been at the bond address?
For about like 3 years, three and a half years.
So yeah, that is a stable location, Judge, 3.5 years.
All right, thank you. Counsel, here to the court. Yes, sir.
Hold on, Mr. Howard, hold on. Just let the magistrate talk. Hold on.
I got a question. I want to know if you can drop this so I can just leave.
Mr. Howard, hold on. Let's get through this and we'll talk. I'll answer your questions, okay? Let the magistrate talk, okay? I'm sorry, Your Honor. I apologize to the court.
That's fine. Thank you, sir. Counsel, court takes into account your representations. Given what you have presented at this time, court is going to do the following. One, the court wants to ensure that your client, All right, court will waive the formal reading and turn not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date set for February 1, 2021 at 8:30 at the 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom preliminary examination date, also at the 36th District Court. This will be in front of Judge King. And counsel, you have made your representations. The court is going to do the following. The court wants to ensure that your client makes it back to court. And the court does appreciate that you've indicated he has stable residency, but the court also wants to make sure, even with COVID as a consideration and the pandemic facing the nation, that your client does return to court while this case is pending. Court, therefore, is going to do the following. Court will set bond in the amount of $5,000 personal bond. Also, your client is going to be subject to Wayne County Sheriff's GPS tether.
Thank you, Judge.
And also no contact with the complaining witness, John Navin. No contact needs for written or verbal communication with this person. No messages to him to third parties, and no contact order also extends to his place of residence and place of employment, and no social media contacts directly or.
Your Honor, I'm supposed to be going out of town with my mother though.
And Judge, we'll talk to the court. If that happens, I'm going to call his mother in a few minutes. I have her information. I'm going to talk to her, but he'll still have to have that tether, so we'll have to work that out with the tether people as well as Judge King, Judge.
That is correct, counsel. And here's the court's concern, Your Honor. This court wants to make sure that your client returns to court because that's the priority at this time.
Oh, yeah.
So if at any time, bond is subject to review at any time. And here's the thing, right now, this court is allowing him to go on his personal recognizance, but he's going to be subject to tether because this court wants to make sure that he comes back for all of his court dates. Now, any provision where he would be leaving the state of Michigan as it stands right now, please explain to your client he is not leaving the state of Michigan unless or until this court or another judge indicates that he's able to do that. But that is not an option right now. We want to make sure he comes back because this case is the priority right now.
Absolutely, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor, very much, very much.
Is there anything further, counsel?
Nothing else, Judge. Thank you so much for your consideration.
And again, thank you, sir. And let the court reiterate, and sir, so that you're aware and for the record, you are not to leave the state of Michigan. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, is there anything further?
Nothing. Have a great day, Judge. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. You too, sir. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, thank you, DDC. We are concluded. We'll join you on the other side, on the women's side, very shortly. Do you copy? Okay, thank you. Okay, counsel, now we're going over to the women's side.
Well, no, I talked to you.
Oh. Okay, we're in. Hi, DVC, we're back. Did you get it? Oh, here it is.
How bad is this?
It's not awful. I mean, the stuff in the inbox, we got through that. And it's not too bad. I mean, like, that's all this was. The only reason why it's going a little slow is we just finished one. Huh?
That's a lot.
No, just that. That's just it. That's it. Just that.
Okay, I thought it was that.
Oh, no. No, just that one page. It wasn't bad. So we're about to do the women's side. We end up going back.
Tomorrow, because I haven't done this in so long. I was trying to be like, okay, what happens around here?
That's right. I don't know. So here's the thing. When we took a break, I was actually starting to do an email, and then they called me away. So in a moment, I'm going to finish the email to ask the two questions about the DTAs and like what do they want us doing on days we don't have a docket. So hopefully I'll get some clarification, and I'll forward it to you to everybody as soon as I get it. Hi, ma'am. Your name?
Aisha Drain.
Okay, we're on the record. Calling case number 2004440, People State Michigan versus Aisha Ray Drain Council.
Described on behalf of the society with formal reading understands her constitutional rights and stands.
Forward formal reading. Attorney gets to declare on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom pretrial date set for January 25, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to Thursday District Court by Zoom in front of Judge Bryant Esteban.
Detroit, there's no prior criminal conviction. She just turned herself into DC this morning. She found out about the job. She graduated at Detroit University Art and Science. She does with husband and kids. She has 3 kids and a 9-month-old that appears to be from 2019. I don't believe she's at Florida. She turned herself in this morning, Your Honor. So respectfully asking the court to consider a personal.
Thank you, DC's bonds. Any holds?
Do not have a bond.
All right, that's fine. Thank you. Counsel court takes into account representations, including your client's significant stable ties to the impunity, including family ties, as well as gainful employment, that she's actively seeking employment further, and most importantly, that she did make herself available for arraignment by turning herself in on this case. And this is a matter of an alleged matter from December 20 of 2019. Given those elements, court will set bond in the amount of $2,000 personal bond. And because of the type of case, while this case is pending, no contact with the complaining witness, Dominique Diggs. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages to her through third parties, and no contact would also extend to her place of residence and place of employment, and also includes no social media contacts directly or indirectly. Is there anything further?
So, thank you, Your Honor. Is the date January 25th?
25. Okay, anything further? Okay, you're all set, ma'am. You can step away from the camera. Hi, ma'am, your name?
Shanita Driscoll.
Okay, Ms. Driscoll, for your safety, ma'am, please keep that mask up over your nose and mouth. That's for your safety while you're there. Thank you, ma'am. Calling case number 2105545, People State of Michigan versus Shanita Zawad Driscoll, also known as Lisa Maria Boyd, also known as Shanita Z. Driscoll, also known as Katrina Heston, also known as Shanita Driscoll, also known as Beverly Jones, also known as Beverly Karen Jones, also known as Shanita Driscoll, also known as Shanita Zadwan Driscoll. Counsel, your appearance, please. Court waive the formal reading. Attorney not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date set for February 1, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to Thursday District Court, followed by a Zoom preliminary examination date to be determined at the Thursday District Court. And it is in front of Judge Kenyatta Stanford Jones and as the bond.
Her client's 50 years old. She's a lifelong resident of Detroit. She owns her own beauty shop. She's not on probation or parole. She does have a daughter. Her mother lives with her, so she takes care of her. Your Honor, she is a cancer survivor. She's been through some very compromised during COVID. She understands the no contact order. She has no contact order. They both reside together. Your Honor, I believe she's got community ties and family ties. She would provide us with her stable residence. She's a lifelong resident of Detroit. So respectfully ask.
Okay, thank you. And DDC is the bond. Are there any holds?
No, man.
All right, thank you. Counsel court takes into account representations, including your client's significant ties to the community, including family and residential, and for these, like that. And also the court takes into account representations regarding Ms. Driscoll's condition, pre-existing condition, and as it relates to the pandemic facing the country. Given those elements, as to this case, court will set bond in the amount of $5,000 personal bond. Also, while this case is pending, no contact with complaining witness DeJuan Lewis. No contact means no written or verbal communication with this person, no messages to him through third parties, no contact or also extends his place of residence and place of employment, and no social media contacts directly or indirectly. Is there anything further?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, you're all set, ma'am. You can step away from the camera.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Hi, ma'am, your name? Okay, stand by. Calling case number 210-550-46 people say Michigan versus Saklia Davis, counsel.
On behalf of the formal reading understands the constitutional rights and stands.
Court waive the formal reading, enter a not guilty plea on your client's behalf. There's a Zoom probable cause conference date February 1, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. to 36th District Court, followed by a Zoom clear examination date to be determined at the 36th District Court and as to bond.
Your right hand is 28 years old, lifelong resident of Detroit. Is employed as a team lead in corporate, been there for 2 years, not on probation or parole. Does have a 2-year-old, and is legal resident in Detroit. I'm respectfully asking the court to consider it a personal bond.
Okay, thank you. And DDC is the bond. Are there any holds?
No.
Okay, thank you. And also let the record reflect this is in front of Judge Archer at the next court date. Counsel court takes into account representations, including your client's significant ties to the community, and further, these are all non-assaultive matters. Even though it does include an allegation that your client was allegedly in possession of contraband she was not eligible to possess, but that notwithstanding, and also given the COVID concerns facing the nation, court on this case is going to set bond in the amount of $3,000 personal bond. Is there anything further? Okay, you're all set, ma'am. Step away from the camera.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, DDC. Okay, thank you, sir. I think that's everything. Thanks for your help.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.